Hello, in this demonstration, I am going to do a fun abstract warm-up painting using, no, it's not a brown paper bag. It's an interesting sheet of brown paper from a pad that I bought. And, but if you don't have brown paper, you can use whatever color you want. You could use a paper bag, that's fine too. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crumple this whole piece of paper. And I'm going to uncrumple it. And what I'm going to get is some interesting crinkles, almost like a topography map. Smooth that out. Actually, I think I'm going to use my tape and tack it down a little bit. Again, this is going to be really playful and hopefully non-threatening. And the first part, what we're doing, I'm hoping, is going to take you into a little bit of a flow state. And I just realized I need to turn my video camera around so it's not, there we go. That makes more sense. Now it's not upside down. Okay, just getting back into the swing of things here. All things tech. Okay, so then I'm going to take a Sharpie, but it could be a colored pencil if you don't want to use black, because sometimes black then almost feels like a coloring book, like, oh, I got to stay within the lines. But I'm very loosely going to go over some of these crinkle lines. Again, it does not have to be completely tight, closed shapes. I think leaving it open a little bit would be a good idea. Then you won't feel like, oh, I've got to fill the paint in up to all of these shapes so precisely, and you don't have to get all of the crinkles. But this is a nice way to start. Kind of soothing, not really thinking about anything, just kind of tracing these random crinkles that look like mountain ranges, hills, and valleys. And these marks are going to form the structure of your painting. So while you're doing this, you can think about what colors, what color palette you want to use. I like to begin in threes, and then I can add more from there. So today it's going to be the fluorescent, because who doesn't want to play with that? Okay, so I'm going to do a few more. You get the idea. I'm not going to take it the whole time doing this. As I get carried away here. Okay, so we'll just stick with this section. Can do the rest later. Then I've got my colors here. I've got a bright orange, a bright pink, and a turquoise. And this is where not only am I filling in, but I can play with different brushes, different paint consistency. Here it's a little, I've thinned it a little bit. And what's nice about this brown paper, it seems to be kind of absorbent. So it's soaking up that paint like kind of like a sponge. So I'm just going to get into the flow of pretty randomly filling in these shapes in a non-fussy manner. And I can do some paint thicker if I want, play with different paint consistencies, super thick, I can come back in some areas and say, I want to thicken that up, leave some more transparent. Can scrub some of it around, actually. If I go lightly and didn't do that the last time. If I scrub around very lightly, which is called dry brush, I am going to pick up on that texture. This is something I didn't do last time. I don't know why. So I can capitalize on that texture. Okay, then let me go to another color. Again, same thing, thick, thin, dry brush. And then do I paint over? That could be another choice, painting over some of the colors that I just painted. And I'll get another color. Just getting into the enjoyment of paint and exploring this weird surface that you wouldn't get if you had a canvas board or a stretched canvas, right? Like in a dry brush. I could bring in different tools like a palette knife. Did not explore this one last time either. So applying paint and scraping across that uneven surface, what do I get? Again, we're just checking out the materials. Maybe doing some blending. I'm going to go way waterier, almost like a stain. Okay, and this could go on for quite some time, but I think you get the basic idea. So what I'm going to do is end the video, and then I'll kind of finish this up, and then I'll post it. But that's the basic process. One other thing we've played with before is sgraffito, scratching in, scratching paint away. Okay, and that is the general idea.